Bonjour, bienvenue sur MAE News depuis le siège du Parlement européen à Bruxelles où se tient une conférence sur les migrations dans l'espace euro-méditerranéen à quelques jours de la signature du pacte global sur les migrations qui aura lieu à Marrakech les 10 et 11 décembre prochains.
In what I would define the exploitation of the migration issue. Let's think on the one hand on right-wing parties that have exploited the migratory issue in a sort of contradictory way. On the one hand, asking more of the European Union, on the other hand, preventing the European Union of having effective powers to redistribute, for example, the asylum seekers. On the other hand, we have the left. I don't want to generalize, but we see that both at the political and intellectual level, many deny the problems of security, social coexistence within the European values.
Cette conférence organisée par la Fondation européenne pour la démocratie en partenariat avec les groupes politiques ALDE, PPE et CRE avait pour objet de réfléchir au partenariat euro-méditerranéen sur les questions de l'immigration de manière à organiser une immigration qui soit sûre, ordonnée et régulière. Représentants des Nations Unies, de la Commission européenne, du Parlement européen, du Conseil, mais également de la société civile et des journalistes se sont donné rendez-vous ce jour pour réfléchir sur une thématique aussi cruciale que celle de la gestion de l'immigration dans l'espace euro-méditerranéen.
European values, security and cohesion are at stake, while right-wing parties exploit the topic to further a nationalist, anti-European agenda. Security of European citizens and societal harmony are to be taken into account, and they are facing uncontrolled flows of irregular migration. Morocco is one of the most stable countries in the region, and as such, it represents a crucial partner for the EU. Partnership with Morocco in countering illegal migration is very important and can be mutually beneficial. A dialogue between the two sides is already in place since 2013, and it is bearing its fruits. Morocco, indeed, has made concrete steps to limit irregular migration. The Kingdom thwarted 65,000 attempts of illegal crossing to Europe in 2017 and 54,000 in 2018, also dismantling 74 smuggling networks. The EU, on its part, is an important partner for Morocco. Last September, EU Commissioner Johannes Hahn has agreed with the Moroccan authorities a package of 259 million euros to foster competitiveness and social protection in the Kingdom, showing that we can do something more concrete for the well-being of our neighbours. Furthermore, 55 million euros have been allocated to Morocco and Tunisia to save lives at sea, manage the border, and fight smugglers.
What are the limits of migration? Because Europe is based on free movement of people. However, 3 years ago, even Germany discovered that there is a limit to migration, not just physically or economically, but in psychological terms. So we are reaching an understanding that to have a regulated process of migration, which is to be continued, and which respects human rights and the European values, we have to deal equally with three partners: the countries from where migration proceeds, the intermediary countries, and Europe, which is receiving migrants.
To begin with, I would like to stress the need to take full stock of how much of an issue of our times the question of migration, and migration in the Mediterranean specifically, has become. As is often the case, context is key, and it is all the more so here. But the urgency that this issue has gained should not lead us to approach it in an impatient and incomplete way. That is only possible if we're going to go down the road of unsatisfactory responses, which I think is what everyone would like to avoid. We have just heard that the issue is an issue that concerns us all, that we should be ambitious, that this is about the bigger picture, and I share that. Rather, therefore, as we examine this question cogently, clinically, dare I say, I think that it is eminently important for all of us, regardless of where we sit on this question, geographically, politically, as has been indicated, to register how much of this question is important historically, which is itself determined by understanding what has been transforming in the global dynamics leading to the current discussion. Of course, there has been a growing concern with the issue of migration in recent years, particularly in terms of the recent crisis, but this is really nothing new. The Mare Nostrum has always been a space of contact and of exchange, two terms that we are losing, contact, exchange. And as such, we have seen more recently what I would call layered transformations that have piled up since at least the 90s, if we want to be historical about this. Human trafficking, narcotic smuggling, criminal networks, cross-border crime, transit corridors.
If Europe unwaveringly stuck to these values and welcomed migrants from all over the world, it would not need the cooperation of others in the management of migration, or at least not as much and not as dramatically as it does today. And of course, it would greatly benefit from migration, both quantitatively and qualitatively. Its population growth rate would be corrected to one extent or the other, and its society and culture would be enriched with the import of people who are always among the most courageous, the most enterprising, and the most ready to work hard individuals of their countries of origin.
The Western Mediterranean route, so arrivals primarily into Spain from Morocco, a very significant increase, doubling this year with already more than 50,000 arrivals in Spain in 2018. Now, there's no magic solution. There's no easy solution. This often confronts us as policymakers with difficult challenges.
C'est ici que se termine notre émission. Je vous donne donc rendez-vous pour une prochaine émission MAE News. À très bientôt.